Hi Aquarius, this is your monthly reading for May. Keep in mind that this is a general reading. This may or may not resonate for every single Aquarius out there. Cross-watchers, you are welcomed. Keep in mind that the energies can be vice versa. So let's get started. Aquarius, what I was sensing for some of you guys is a sense of withdrawal from some people around you, friends, family. I am sensing for some of my Aquariuses, you guys have experienced mild depression to even just it's not like a major depression, but it seems like there's some sadness lingering. There seems like there's some form of depression there, and it seems like there's some kind of disappointment. I think that some of my Aquariuses are dealing with, and it could be coming up for love. It can come up for family, friends, or even work. There's just something here where you're disappointed with some aspect of life. I'm kind of sensing for some of you that it's like you're not really quite sure if you're even on the right path for some of you. Some of you feel like, am I really going anywhere in life? Like, it kind of feels like that for some of my Aquariuses. That's just some of the energy that I am picking up. But yeah, let's see. What's the main energy for Aquarius in the month of May? And it also seems like whatever question that you've had, it feels like it's coming slowly, like the answer is coming slowly. It's like you've had a question for some of you that you've pondered for quite a while, but it seems like there's no true answer to this question. And it's almost so frustrating for my Aquariuses, because it feels like there's something that's in the back of your mind that you don't really know quite how to, I guess, even express. There's something that you are keeping hidden, Aquarius, and it feels like, again, like a lock and key, actually. It feels like there's something that you are afraid to express to others, or it's like there's some hope, or there's some form of, like, there's some hope, there's some form of stability that you want to create. There's some form of, there's something there that you're afraid that if you talk about it, then it won't come true, or that you won't have the willpower to see it through. So you don't know if you really want to talk to people about this because you don't want to say something and then not follow through. It feels like some of that for some of my Aquariuses. So here we have the heart with a key. Welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, perfect. So again, this is interesting. For some of my Aquariuses, you guys feel like things have to always be perfect. For some of you guys, you want to start something new. For some of you, might want to start a new business. I'm getting that you want to reinvent yourself to some capacity here, Aquarius. And because of that, you think that things have to be perfect before you can start. Like, you think you have to get everything lined up, everything ready. And because of that, you're dragging your feet, and you're not really accomplishing what you want to accomplish, which I think takes a toll on you mentally and a little bit emotionally, and even physically to some extent, because when you don't feel like you're contributing to other people, when you feel like you're not being there for others, or you feel like you're not really contributing things that would be of worth of value to society, it almost deters you from how you view yourself, how you see the world. And for a lot of you guys, I am sensing that there is a person that you like, but you're too afraid to tell that person, or you're too afraid to open up to this individual. For others of you guys, you are wanting to go out and look for somebody. I'm sensing that for some of my Aquariuses, you guys have been single for a while, and you want to get out and mingle. But what's going on for some of you guys is you might have a closed off heart to where you're too afraid to really open up to people around you. A lot of my Aquariuses, I think, feel because you are the ruling planet of Uranus, Uranus oftentimes is unique and seems to stand out a lot. So for a lot of my Aquariuses, I feel like you guys stand out, or you guys have unique aspects that you feel like not very many people can match, and it makes you feel lonely. It makes you feel like you're not really it just feels kind of like you feel left alone. I think Aquariuses can be very much so get lonely easily, even especially in groups of people, because it's like you meet so many different people, so many walks of life, but you almost feel like you don't really have a specific group of your own. For some of you, that's how you feel, that you don't really have a true group that you feel like you truly fit into. And then others of you, you might have found a group that you feel like you fit into, but as of late, you're feeling like you're having a hard time connecting with your friends, your family, partners, things like that. I just feel like a lot of my Aquariuses are kind of isolating themselves, kind of closing themselves off emotionally to those around you, not really opening up, not really expressing yourself. I feel like you guys are kind of starting to go into hermit mode, more into contemplation. You guys are starting to kind of reevaluate your life. Again, I am sensing a lot of just entrepreneurship. Some of you really want to get a career off the ground, but again, you're making excuses to not do it. You're making excuses to why you're not like doing the things that you want to do going forward in life. It seems like you don't want to be a burden on other people. That's kind of something I'm feeling too, is not wanting to feel like a burden to those around you. So you might close off emotionally to these people because you don't want to burden them with how you're feeling. Because I'm sensing for some of my Aquariuses, you guys are going within, you guys are searching, you guys are looking for answers, and you guys are soul searching. You guys are seeking for answers. And for some of you guys, I'm even tapping into some Aquariuses that are trying to get into the Akashic records, and some of you that are trying to get more into astral projection and lucid dreaming. I'm sensing for some of these Aquariuses that is something that's up your forte and what you're trying to create. Because for some of my Aquariuses, I'm sensing that you feel like you need to be you need to tap more into your spirituality, is what I'm thinking. It was what I'm feeling that you guys are sensing. Like, oh, I need to tap more into my third eye. I need to be more psychic. You know, it's almost like you guys are starting to feel like you have to start feeling more psychic, start feeling more better about the situations that you are feeling stuck in. Because this is what I'm getting. For some of you guys, you're waiting for somebody who's just right that can unlock your heart. You're waiting for that person who's holding the key, but it seems like no matter what you do, you're looking around for this person, but this person's nowhere to be found. And you continuously keep looking in an endless journey of who is the one for me. But what a lot of you guys are not seeing is you're holding the key the whole time. You were the one that was supposed to unlock your heart. You were the one that was supposed to pretty much bring yourself together, get yourself to that higher state to where you can appreciate your uniqueness, you can appreciate who you are, and you can appreciate other people's uniqueness. Because what I'm sensing for a lot of you is, again, you're feeling that isolation, you're feeling closed off from others around you. I think what's going on for a lot of you guys is you guys are starting to need to open up your heart chakras more. Because what's happening for some of my Aquariuses is you guys are going to start receiving a lot of epiphanies. A lot of stuff is happening right now. And I'm feeling heavily like Aquariuses are getting affected. I don't know why, but you guys just seem like so much stuff is happening to you right now. And you are just taking that time to step back, really evaluate, really, for some of you guys, you could be going on hikes alone and contemplating life, sitting on a cliff, just contemplating life. Like, what's the point of all of this? You know, it's like you're trying to find your place in the world, and you're going out and you're doing your own thing. And some people might be like, oh my gosh, where's Aquarius? I haven't seen Aquarius in a while. And it seems like a lot of stuff is happening, a lot of things are coming up to the surface. And for a lot of my Aquariuses, what's truly happening for a lot of you is a heart chakra awakening. Some of you guys are learning that you are the one that has the power to truly open yourself up, to truly heal, and to really be you, really be authentic. The problem of it is I'm sensing for a lot of you guys though, is you are really holding back that part of you that feels like you have to be, like you're too afraid to be vulnerable because you're afraid of getting hurt in this situation, and you're afraid of somebody maybe using your vulnerability against you. But what I'm getting here a lot, Aquarius, is if you can truly open up your heart, that is kind of, in a sense, a protection for you. The more vulnerable you become, the less likely you are to get hurt. Because what's really happening is the reason we have wounds is because we try to protect ourselves, correct? And trying to protect ourselves, we build walls. But if we build walls around pain, we're not letting that pain out, we're just keeping the pain in. So that's what's happening for some of you guys, is you guys have kept pain in your hearts for so long that now it's starting to ache. You're starting to notice that you're getting uncomfortable, that life is starting to throw you into positions to where you have to start to open up your heart, really start to have to change aspects of you, redefine yourself. This is what I'm really sensing for my Aquariuses. You guys are really redefining yourselves, but in a way to where for others of you, for some of you, it might not look so for other people it might not look so major on the outside, but for you it's like an internal shift, and this internal shift is going to change a lot for you, especially in the future. And that's what I was sensing here, was some grief, some sadness. I think for some of you guys, there was this great sense of loss here, or just closing out a cycle that you were not quite felt like you were not ready to close, but the universe is telling you, no, this is time to close out this cycle now. You can't drag your feet any longer. This cycle has to come to an end. It's time to release these burdens. It's time to move forward, and it is time to essentially walk away from what no longer serves you. And you guys are really sensing that. You guys are really feeling that. And I think that what's going on for a lot of my Aquariuses is due to that. You have felt like it's such a weird energy. It's almost like you guys sense that you're not getting the answers. You're not getting what you truly desire. It feels like no matter how hard you try to work through whatever situation you are going through, it almost seems like it doesn't really matter. It feels negative. For some of you, it does feel like you are getting over a cycle of depression, or how you once viewed specific people in your life. For some of you guys, for the last year or two, especially last year, it was really hard for a lot of my Aquariuses. You guys were going through a lot of transitions with family, going through a lot of transitions with your group of friends. And I think that just further isolated you even more, Aquarius. So that's really what I'm sensing for a good majority of the people that I am honing in here, is that you guys have gone through so much. And because you've gone through so much, you now have to almost take that time to take a breather, to really sit down and examine this, because it almost feels like, you know, that whatever, I can't quite put my finger on it, because for every single Aquarius, this is going to be different, but there is something that is coming to an end. Again, it could be a romantic relationship, it can be a friendship, it can be work, it can be just the way you viewed yourself. A part of you that you once identified with is now dying and transitioning into something new. It's something like that. But there is definitely a sense of loss, grief, sadness, needing that time to mourn the situation of whatever occurred. And then, you know, and it's interesting, is a part of you knows that you can sit in that sadness forever and never make that decision, or part of you knows that you can move forward and let go of the burdens that you are feeling with this relationship, or with that relationship, or with whatever is ending for you. It's like you're aware that I can choose, okay, do I want to stay stuck in this negative energy, or do I want to move forward, drop the burdens, release myself from this emotional turmoil? And what's going to happen is, again, it's almost like you're looking up to the universe for answers, which is why I'm sensing for some of you, you guys have tried to tap into the Akashic records. That's for some of you. I am sensing that. But what is happening is, for some of you guys, you are like you're trying to look to source for answers. And although that's exactly what source would want for you, but it's also trying to bring it back down to, you are the one that have the answers. No one else has the answers. Don't look external for solutions. Look internally. What is it inside that is really affecting you? Because the divine is sending you a message. And it will come through, because I am sensing for some of you guys, you will have epiphany moments. You are transitioning into a new phase of rebirth of self. You are slowly burning away the parts of you that no longer serve you. And I'm sensing for some of you, it's very painful. But once you go past it, it's going to be extremely beneficial for you guys. Because what I'm sensing that this is going to take strength to acknowledge that everything that you have put into so far, it seems like you're not really reaping those rewards or reaping those benefits. It seems like all of that hard work and effort, it feels like there's no payoff. But what's going to happen here for some of my Aquarius is you guys are going to experience a victory that you don't even see coming. Because what's going to happen is, once you start to evolve, once you start to change who you truly are, become more authentic, let yourself and let others around you get to know you, that's how you're going to win the situation. This is how you're going to rise above, really evolve, and really take charge of your life. And whatever goals, because I'm sensing this, again, there is some of you out there that are so frustrated with yourself because you feel like you should have achieved this goal, you should have achieved this, that. And I'm sensing for a lot of you guys, it's business related. You know, you're feeling like, wow, I really failed at this job that I did, or man, my business went under. And it's like something like this, to where once you learn to become authentic, once you learn to be more truthful and honest with yourself and be of service to others, that's when everything's going to fall into place. Because I think what was happening for a lot of you guys is, deep down, you having to figure out, what really is my passion in life? Maybe I was chasing the wrong thing all along. And for some of you guys, you're thinking whatever you were chasing was an emotional fulfillment for you, but in the end, it was all an illusion. And that's like, boom. Like, it's like this massive epiphany. It's like, oh, wait a minute. I gotta detour. I gotta go back. I gotta backtrack. Because whatever I was thinking was going to bring me emotional fulfillment, it's not there. It's hollow. Why is that? And I think for some of you guys, it's because you're now coming into this realization that, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, I maybe haven't looked at this from a true perspective of, what is it that I really, really want? Because for some of my Aquariuses, you could have just been following along with other people. I'm not saying that you're going, you're a sheeple and you're just following all these sheeps. But what I'm saying is, for some of you guys, you might have had, growing up, somebody telling you, oh, this is the bestest way. You need to look this way. You need to look that way. You need to appear this way, because then you'll get love. There's like things there that people have taught you growing up that you feel like you have to withhold. Like you're too afraid to admit that you're wrong, or you're too afraid to admit that you made a mistake, because that wasn't okay growing up. For some of you, that was the case. You weren't able to truly make mistakes. You weren't able to truly move forward. It feels like this person always kind of held you in a specific regard to how they assume you need to do things. And it makes it kind of hard, because for a lot of my Aquariuses, you guys are now having to break that cycle. You guys are going to have to break the the idea of the idea and the notion of who you thought you once were. Because you might have thought, yes, I know who I am, right? Clearly I know who I am better than anyone else would, because I'm me, right? But sometimes you'll be surprised how little you really know about yourself. And now having to grow and expand and let go of the old beliefs that other people have installed within you at such a young age, now you're going to have to come forward and start to learn to reevaluate those, look through those, update. Basically, you have to upgrade. You have to upgrade your software and your computers, right? So now you have to upgrade your mind. You have to upgrade your beliefs, because you can't stay with the same beliefs always, because change has to continue, right? The more you grow, the more you go through life, the more circumstances and experiences you experience, that's going to shape your existence, that's going to shape your reality and shape your own psyche and your own emotional field. So what's happening for a lot of you guys is, I'm sensing, again, you guys are much so opening up. You guys are really thriving and really creating something. And I'm really sensing for a lot of, again, my Aquariuses, you guys are on the brink of something new. Something that I don't even think you guys can even comprehend. Because it's like, it's there, it's really weird. It's like it's in front of your face, but you don't know that it's there because it's such a simple thing. And that's what's going to throw you guys off. For some of you guys, you might contemplate, what's the meaning of life? And then you're going to figure out it's the most simplest answer for you. Because for everybody, that's a question that I think everybody to some degree eventually ponders. And for some of you guys, you're going to find something that's going to just inspire you. It's going to create a new way of viewing the world, a new way of seeing yourself too. And I think for some of you guys, what's happening is you're subconsciously, what this cycle is going to bring up for you guys, it's like you are subconsciously releasing all of that isolated energy that you feel. When you feel you feel so alone from others, this is going to try and push you to connect more with others, really awaken you, really make you expand and grow. So let's see what cycles we are closing out for our Aquariuses for the month of May. And let's see what cycles that they are starting to form and create. All right. Because again, this is such a, it's a beautiful energy that I'm sensing. It's like a birth, it's like a death and rebirth for a lot of you guys. It's like rising up from the ashes like a phoenix. It's beautiful, actually. It's going to really bring a lot of truth, a lot of awareness, a lot of inspiration. And for some of you guys, this will take some time to reach that point for you. I feel like this is a slow process. It's like the universe is slowly, bringing you to this point. And it's forcing you to open up to others around you. So we have balance, spirituality, and practicality, full moon in Pisces. We also have time of healing, the balsamic moon. We also have here, nothing is set in stone, the mutable moon. A new start is coming, new moon. And you are good enough, full moon in Virgo. All right, guys. So what I am getting here, the cycles that you are starting to form, the cycles that you are starting to create, what's going on is you are now starting to balance the spiritual side of you and the practical side of you. This is what this cycle is pushing you to do, is it's pushing you to, yes, become more spiritual, but also be more practical within the reasonings to what you want to accomplish and what you want to do in this lifetime. For a lot of you guys, it is a time for healing, but you are pushing that back. You're too afraid to heal whatever the situation led down for you. This is something that's kind of hard for you to work through, something that's hard for you to process. And because of that, it's slowing your delay. It's delaying what's coming for you, which is a positive thing, but it's still going to get there, you know? So take your time if you feel like you have to take your time. There's no rush. But I do have to say, for some of you guys, you have a sense of maybe this is how life is always going to be. You know, some of you guys might have had some of you guys might have, because again, Aquarius is a fixed sign. I can notice this a lot with all of the fixed signs that I've done every reading for. They have a tendency, at least this month for sure, to really focus on one specific goal or one specific outcome, and because of that, it's limiting you. So open your imagination and say, whatever it is I can imagine, I know that I can now create. And that's something that you are going to have to really grow and expand upon is, okay, I know that I am capable of starting something new. I know I am capable of creating something better for my life because you know what? I am enough. And this is what cycle is. This is the cycle that you are going through right now, Aquarius. And this is bringing you out of that isolation. It's bringing you out of that. It seems like something that you have been brewing in a while, like you've been incubating for a while, contemplating something, reevaluating something, really looking at yourself in some ways that you might have never realized or ever seen before. And that's really what I'm getting for a lot of my Aquariuses, is you guys are starting to really evaluate who you are as an individual. And because of that, you guys are eventually going to begin a new start. But what's happening is, again, you are delaying it by what beliefs you are holding. A lot of you guys need to learn to know that it's okay to open up to find somebody you trust and be able to open up to them emotionally. You know, a lot of times Aquariuses, I think, kind of forget that not only, you know, because they're there for others, you know, in a time of need. Aquarius will always be there. They always have your back for the most part, right? But when what happens for an Aquarius sometimes is they forget that they also too need help, and sometimes it's okay to ask for that help, or sometimes it's okay to just acknowledge that others around you do care. And that's what's kind of bringing you up, is because you are now starting to realize that you are enough and that you deserve to find somebody that looks at you and views you and loves you for who you truly are. But in order for somebody to really love you for who you truly are, you have to be the one to be vulnerable first. You have to show who you are, because sometimes you can distort yourself and they fall in love with that part of you that's distorted, and then when you show who you truly are, they don't know who you are, you know? And so that's what I'm saying is, for some of you guys are kind of now coming into this, okay, this is who I truly am, this is what I truly deserve, and it's starting to bring you into that alignment to where you can find the one that suits you the best. You can find the oneness within yourself, and you can start to learn to appreciate yourself. And for some of my Aquariuses, I think that once you pass this cycle, you'll be content whether or not you're with somebody, because you're going to be content within yourself. So that's really what I'm sensing. Let's pull some cards. What does Spirit have for my Aquariuses? What does Spirit have for my Aquariuses for the month of May? Ooh. There we go. All right. So, Aquarius, we got here for you guys a blessing through emotional upheaval. An emotional storm is forming and things may seem chaotic for a while. But at the storms subside, a blessing is revealed. Respect all points of view, for we each view the world a little differently. Things are being shaken up for a good reason, and all involved will benefit. The blessing of questioning was what I was saying. I was saying a lot of you guys were questioning things. Examine and identify any belief that stems from an irrational fear. Ask yourself, do I still need this? If the answer is no, then replace it with a trusting, more loving belief. Blessings flow to you as soon as you do this. Set yourself free. The blessing of omnipresence. Breathe in light and breathe out any unwanted thoughts. Dwelling on what has been or might have been serves no purpose. Feel the healing omnipresent light that surrounds and fills you. Focus on the present, for it is blessed with infinite potential. Infinite blessing. Blessings flow to and from you, endlessly expanding in all directions, filling you with the healing light that guides you upon your blessed path. Rainbow light flows through your heart, creating infinite peace. Your blessed power. You are filled of endless possibility with unlimited power to create. Every atom of you is full of abstract potential that can be molded into any form. Every potential of you holds the blueprint of creation. You are a force of nature and a good blessing on this earth. Yes. It all comes down to seeing your self-worth. It all comes down to how you are viewing yourself, how you are viewing others, what are you allowing others to see, and what parts of you are you hiding from the world. And learning to embrace all aspects of you and learning to allow yourself to truly grow and expand. I think this month a lot of people are starting to realize their value, and a lot of people are starting to reevaluate their life and their goals of what they initially had. And for a lot of my Aquariuses, I'm sensing that this is a big change for you guys, even on a mental and emotional level. I was sensing that there has been emotional upheaval as well in your life. And because of that, it has caused you guys to withdraw more again and isolate yourselves from those around you. But Spirit is telling you, no, it's time for you to start growing. It's time for you to start healing. And it is time for you to start putting yourself out there, because there is a new beginning waiting for you, because you are now ending this cycle. Once you can allow yourself to truly end this cycle, even if it takes time, take baby steps to get there, because I'm telling you, the rewards will be so much more beneficial. And always just be grateful for what you have, be grateful for those around you, be grateful for yourself, and start to be grateful for the little unique qualities and the little quirks that you have, because not everybody is like you, and that's what makes you special. That's what makes you stand out, and that's what makes you known, and that's how others will remember you by. Is how do you make them feel, and how unique were you? You know, it's interesting because for a lot of you guys, I am sensing that you do worry a lot about how others might have perceived you. And I'm sensing that now you are starting to transition out of that to where you are starting to care a little less about what others think and a little bit more about how you feel and how you think of yourself. So that's a beautiful message. I hope that this resonated for you guys. Thank you, Aquariuses, for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you. Bye.